Good evening, and could I begin by thanking Trevor Wally for the welcome to country and extend my respects to the traditional owners, the Noongar people. To Mr Joseph Asif, the founder of the Ethnic Business Awards, what an inspiration you are to not only these awards and to people who have come to this country, but to all Australians. And I congratulate you on your personal achievements and the success of these awards. And they are proved to be successful by the number of dignitaries, including many, many members of Parliament, who are here tonight. And I won't go through the list, but I would just acknowledge very briefly Kate Lundy, representing the Australian Government, Julie Bishop, representing the Federal Opposition, John Castrilli, the State Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Interests, and to John Hyde, representing the State Opposition, and to the many other state and federal members of Parliament, to the Lord Mayor, to ambassadors, all I thank you for being part of this award night. And may I particularly thank the organisers for bringing these awards to Western Australia, the first time in the 22-year history of the awards. We're very pleased, and I extend a very warm welcome to this state, and I hope not only tonight, but I hope you spend some time in Western Australia and maybe learn a little bit about what is going on here. It's also the first time that Indigenous business has been recognised through a new award category. That is obviously very important to all of Australia, but particularly important in this state where we have a comparatively high Aboriginal population in many remote and isolated parts of Western Australia. This state is known as a mining state. Well, the mining industry is the biggest employer of Aboriginal Australians, and I think a great deal of credit should go to that industry and other industries for their success. Now, Western Australia has 27% of its population who are born outside of Australia. That is the highest of any Australian state. It is something that all of Western Australia is proud of, and that diversity is a strength of our economy and of our community. Many people look at Western Australia and say, oh, it's a mining state and it's a boom state. Well, yes, mining is our biggest industry, but it is not a boom state. It is a state that is on a pathway of strong economic growth for perhaps the next 10, 20, even 30 years. And Western Australia will become an increasingly important part of the Australian nation in almost every respect. Not only is the state going through this very high and long period of growth, Western Australia is far more closely tied into the countries of Asia than any other part of Australia. And just one statistic I'll share with you. China is our country's biggest trading partner. 66% of all of Australia's exports to China come from Western Australia. But it's not only in that large billion-dollar trade, it's also in personal links, in education, in travel, and a whole range of other activities. And Western Australia sees its future very much entwined with a growing and close relationship with the countries to our north and the people who come from those countries. Now, these awards recognise and celebrate the achievement of people who have come to Australia, set up businesses and succeeded. It is a wonderful thing to acknowledge. And Australia, over the post-war period, has been built by migration to this country. In the post-war years, many who came from adversity, personal hardship. Some came with, to use Joseph's term, the empty case, maybe with little in the way of qualifications or even skills. Others may have had skills and qualifications, but they weren't recognised. And what these people all had in common, whether they went into farming or fishing or were shopkeepers, whatever it might have been, they all had a determination to make their way in a new country and have made an outstanding contribution to Australia. And through the growth and success of their businesses in particular, have employed more and more Australians. So to all of those, particularly in ethnic-based businesses, but indeed to all who have come to this country, I simply say thank you for choosing Australia. I was lucky enough to be born here. You chose Australia, you have come here and you've succeeded. You've made a life for yourself and your families, and you have contributed enormously to the development of a great and diversified Australian economy. Thank you very much, and I wish all of the finalists tonight, including the 5 West Australians, every success, and I congratulate you on getting to this stage. Thank you. Enjoy the night.